Perez. I am a professor of sociology at Harvard University, and today we'll be discussing the current nature of drinking ages in the United States of America. To my left here, we have Meredith McCusker, a spokesperson for Mothers Against Drunk Driving, Congresswoman Katerina Shvatina, a congresswoman from the state of Texas, and Edwin Pang, a physical trainer from St. Andrews University. Now, a few guidelines before we begin. Each question will have at most 90 seconds to answer. I will provide some times if they need to be adjusted before each question beforehand. And I would also ask for the audience here to hold all questions until the end of the panel discussion. Now again, I'd like to thank you, the U.S. Congress, for being here today to be in this awesome hearing. And without further ado, I shall begin. My first question is this. What is your opinion on the current drinking age in the United States? Edwin Payne, you will have 45 seconds to answer.
So, my opinion on the United States current drinking age should remain the same. The minimum legal drinking age was set to 21 for not only the safety of the intoxicated patrons, but for the American society as a whole, protecting teenagers against violent crimes and accidents that are related to drinking. My name is Edwin. I'm a physical trainer at St. Ed's, and I stand for 21 as the legal drinking age.
Thank you, Edwin. I'll ask the same question to Meredith. What is your opinion of current U.S. drinking age? You will also have 45 seconds to answer.
My opinion on the current legal drinking age is that I think it should be raised to 25. The brain hasn't even fully developed until you're 25, and while you're going to college, many issues evolve if you're drinking. 90% of sexual assaults happen during college when you're drinking, and like 1/5 of people fail their exams whenever they're drinking in college, and it's a huge distraction. And my name is Meredith McCusker. I'm a spokesperson for Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and that's my opinion.
Thank you, Meredith. Now, finally, I'll ask Congresswoman Shvatina for the same answer. What is your opinion of the current U.S. drinking age? You'll also have 45 seconds to answer.
Hi, I'm Katerina Shvatina, and I am a congresswoman here in Texas. In the past 6 months, I've been receiving a lot of mails and emails asking to consider of lowering the drinking age. As a politician, I personally don't mind lowering the drinking age to 18, 19, or 20 years of age. Actually, I have some statistics. According to the 2014 National Survey on Drug Use and Health, about 8.7 million Americans between ages 12 and 20 report current alcohol consumption. Furthermore, there is 43% of underage college students reported getting drunk in the past month. So my point is, people are still drinking, either if it's legal or illegal, so might as well just lower the drinking age. And I'm for lowering it, so thank you.
Thank you. Now on to the next question. Many people believe that learning to drive at a young age encourages teens to become more responsible at a younger age. If this is so, how does this relate to your stance? You will have 60 seconds to answer. First, Edwin.
Well, first and foremost, lowering the legal drinking age to 18 will allow a huge population of teenagers to get easier access to alcohol in nightclubs and bars. That being said, this raises an alarming issue because almost half the drivers caught by the police for DWI drank alcohol in these legal establishments. Alcohol being legal has caused enough problem as it already is. As reported on Teen Driver Source, motor vehicle crashes remain the #1 leading cause of death for teenagers. Lowering the minimum drinking age to 18 will cause an even bigger social problem because it enables teenagers to get drunk easily, get behind the wheels, and start driving.
Thank you, Edwin. Meredith, I would like to ask the same question. Many people believe that learning to drive at a young age encourages teens to become responsible at a young age. If this is so, how does this relate to your current stance? You will have 60 seconds to answer.
Okay. I believe that when teens get to drive at a younger age, I don't think it increases their responsibility. Just going through driver's ed does not mean you're more responsible. It just means you can take classes and learn how to drive. With that being said, the drinking age, if it was raised, it would cause a lot less of drunk drivers because they'd be more scared to get caught and they get in more trouble being under the age. Of course, once you're older, you're more responsible and less likely to make those kinds of mistakes as you would be when you're a teenager or 21. So that's my opinion on that. Especially being for a mother against drunk drivers, I really don't believe that they should be able to drive or that it makes them any more responsible. So that's my opinion.
Thank you. Congresswoman, I would like to ask the same question. Many people believe that learning to drive at a young age encourages encourages teens to become more responsible at a young age? If this is so, how does your opinion relate to this? 60 seconds.
So as we follow the logic here, so you can get your license at 16 years of age. And from there, you basically, the law of the United States gives you the opportunity to become more responsible at a younger age and learn faster. So by the time you, I don't know, 21, you're an actual adult and you know what you're doing. So that would be more logic to let people drink at a younger age, because if they do, they will become more responsible. They will, by the age of 21, maybe they will already make their choices and they're not going to drink at 21, you know. So I believe that it's gonna make the people or young adults learn faster how to be responsible with alcohol, with cars, or with anything else.
Thank you. One more question. Most studies show that on average the brain stops developing at age 25. How does this fact relate to your opinion? You will have each 60 seconds to answer. I would like to ask Edwin first.
Also, according to a study, young people who begin drinking before 15 are 4 times more likely to develop an alcohol dependency than those who begin drinking at 21. In addition to the addiction and dependency, it could also cause severe interference with your growth. Studies show that your body goes through a critical growth period from ages 15 to 20, and if alcohol is consumed during these years, it directly affects the developmental process of the brain, which would do permanent damage to your memory, motor skills, and coordination.
Thank you, Edwin. I'd like to ask Meredith McCusker the same question. Most studies show that on average the brain stops developing at age 25. How does this fact relate to your opinion? You'll have 60 seconds to answer.
The fact that the brain doesn't fully develop until you're 25 shows that if the drinking age was raised, it would cause a lot less health problems for people in the future. If you drink before your brain is fully developed, it will cause you to have more likely of an addiction to it, and more likely to have bad things happen in your life if you're addicted to a substance like that. And according to narconon.com, since the brain hasn't fully developed, it will affect more than just like one part of your life. It will affect everything. It will cause you to be addicted. It will cause you to have bad motor skills. And if the drinking age was raised, I believe that it would really help people and let their brain develop without the intoxication of other things getting in the way.
All right, thank you. Congressman Martina, I would like to ask the same question. You'll have 60 seconds to answer.
So as the brain stops developing at 25 and the legal drinking age is at 21, so what about those 4 years that you can't drink, and what happens? Like, your brain is still developing, so do you become stupid or what? So I believe that if you lower it, it doesn't make a big difference, because again, students still drink, and now it's illegal, so if you make it legal, it's even going to be better because they're going to be buying, so we can raise the taxes on that. We can kind of change it around to the right path. So, yes.
That will conclude our questions portion of the panel. Just to remind you all, Meredith McCusker, a spokesperson for Mothers Against Drink Driving, is for the raising of the current U.S. drinking age. Congresswoman Katerina Schmatina is for lowering the current U.S. drinking age. And Edwin Powell, a physical trainer from Sanders University, is for keeping it to be the same. I thank you all for coming to this discussion panel again. And now we could have a brief 2-minute Q&A session. Are there any questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
If people are willing to go and fight in other countries at the age of 18, why shouldn't they be able to drink at the age of 18?
All right, so the question was, if people are able to be enlisted in the U.S. military at the age of 18, why shouldn't they be allowed to purchase alcohol and consume alcohol at the age of 18? I'd like to ask Edwin Powell for his opinion on this matter first.
Well, if alcohol has been tied with negative connotations, for your brain, because it directly affects the growth of the brain while you're growing up. It's when you're 15 and then you're drinking, right? You're going through this critical growth period. So like if you start drinking young, then it could affect the developmental process of the brain. So I guess it's for like safety reasons rather than the discrimination.
Okay, thank you. Meredith, I'd like to ask the same question. If people can be enlisted in the military at the age of 18, why shouldn't they be allowed to drink as well?
Well, I think being enlisted in the military is a whole different topic than drinking. Being in the military is a selfless thing you do to fight for your country, and drinking is just like a selfish thing to do that you just want to have fun and get drunk. So I think they're a whole different like topics, and I don't even think they should be like combined in that at all.
Thank you. Congresswoman, I'd like to ask the same question. If people are allowed to be enlisted in the military at the age of 18, why shouldn't they be allowed to purchase and consume alcohol at the same age?
I believe those two topics are related because being in the military, that's a serious thing. You can die, you can whatever happens, and drinking is also another serious thing. So I do believe that we can go to the military and we can start drinking at the same age. I mean, both of those things, it's basically a decision that has to be made by an adult. So again, if you start drinking earlier, you can become more responsible and understand more things rather than not knowing, what drinking is and fighting for another country. Like that's also something. So thank you.
Thank you. If there are no more questions, there's one more question? Okay.
Sure. Well, I was thinking how I understand being from St. Edwards, working in a local organization, working for the state, you guys have a good look or a good perspective on what goes on locally. But when thinking about how other countries handle drinking ages, like say in Europe, Latin America, it tends to be 18, does that affect how you guys shape your opinions or how you think legislation should be made around the drinking age at all?
So the question was, should other countries, kind of example, is that influencing what you think, how you think about the current drinking age, or how you want to change it? Is there anyone who wants to answer this question in particular?
I'll answer it. I think that the difference would be is that in like Europe, the age to drive is also different. So if like you raise the age to drive, I think it changes the drinking age because drinking and driving is like a huge issue. So I think that's like the main difference in my opinion. So.
Thank you for that question. Since there are no more questions,